we talk to companies about this all the time, several times a week in my case. Everybody wants to do this. Everyone would love an easy button that says, when I got to give a BOM for my assembly to purchasing or whoever, process control, yes, give me a button and make it go, right? Because it increases productivity, reduces mistakes, lets you do more work with less people. It's so hard to find good people these days, right? But I would say most of the people we talk to aren't quite ready. Their engineering BOMs aren't complete. The BOMs are locked up in CAD, and it's not even necessarily understood who owns what data, right? And then, of course, that integration's got to pay for itself, right? There's a lot you can do with automation and software these days, but that capability comes with a price. And some configurations are easier to integrate with others, right? So if we look at this, our engineering data, we've got to get it over to ERP, right? It's largely the same data, it's just formatted a different way, right? But we have to transform this data to transfer it to our ERP system. The shape's got to match. And if you're just using files and your CAD BOM is locked up inside CAD, your engineering BOM isn't complete, you know, it's extremely difficult sometimes to do this. Sometimes maybe it's not even possible, right? But if you use items, you get that engineering state much closer to the data structure that you need to get into ERP, right? And then it's much easier to transform that. This bit in the middle is where we have to take the data from Vault, transform it, and then put it in ERP. That transformation piece can sometimes be very simple. It can sometimes be very difficult. If you're using Vault items, it is likely going to be much easier, meaning lower total cost of ownership, faster implementation, you know, better ease of use, everything, right? So more reliability, but also using items. Everybody likes to use CAD just a little bit differently. You do things a different way in your files or whatever. Maybe you even got some differences in the way, like different organizations, different businesses within the same company. They want to do their BOMs one way on their drawings. Another group wants to do things another way. The item master is both a way to maybe introduce a bit more consistency up front, but also have a target. The end result from engineering, no matter how it got there, is always your Vault items and your Vault item master, so that your integration can talk to that one same language, where you might have 50 different CAD files and 50 different templates with 50 different formats feeding the item master. They'll all end up as items the same way, right? So it's a great way to get, you know, disparate engineering groups on the same page without necessarily forcing them to all work exactly the same way, right? You get better visibility. The data is outside the CAD file, lets you do some validation before you ship it to ERP. You know, reducing errors, reducing unnecessary transfer. And I'll say you get more options, right? Some third-party integration tools that I've seen only work with Vault items. And very recently here, Autodesk has provided some very great tools. There's now a REST API. The only way to get a BOM from Vault via the REST API is if you're using items. You could fetch the file, but now your system that's pulling the BOM has to now open the CAD file and interpret it. If you've got a BOM sitting there in Vault, you can make a REST API call to Vault. It's read only, just fetch the BOM and you're good to go. And like I said before, there's almost certainly some connectivity between Vault and Fusion Manage coming from Autodesk in the future. If and when that comes, it's almost certainly going to work with items, at least at first and probably ever, right? So if you've got a need for better workflow inside Vault, Vault's not quite meeting your needs, Vault PLM is the step you need to take to get that better workflow. If you're using items, you're going to be best positioned to take advantage of that integration that's probably coming.